Namaste, everyone. Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Sunday morning for our Transformation Sunday, where we have our lecture, our meditation, and our healing. Let's invoke and start off properly. Place your hands on your heart. Feel the love in your heart. Smile. Be aware of the crown. Feel the love in your crown, the oneness, the bliss, the ecstasy. Smile. And feel the heart and the crown together. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to Grandmaster Choa Kuk-Sui, Lord Mahaguru Jumeling, to Lord Buddha Kuan Yin, to Lord Ganesh, to Holy Master Count Saint Germain, to all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, healing ministers, to the angels of this hour, of this practice, to our divine selves or higher souls, we humbly invoke for your divine light, love, and power, your divine help, guidance, and protection for inner and outer healing, inner and outer transformation. We thank you, Lord God. We thank you all. With gratitude, respect, and love, so be it, and so it is. Thank you. All right. Welcome, everyone. Another amazing Sunday. It was very interesting last night. Got to bed early. And then for about 4 hours straight, the apartment that I'm in sounded like it was going to be sucked into an infinite vortex because of a winter storm that was happening. And the wind was intense. I thought the roof was just going to be ripped off. And this is a brand new building. I thought the roof was just going to be ripped off in the middle of the night. It was 24 degrees Fahrenheit, -4 degrees Celsius, and just the wind blowing for hours and hours and hours. It was intense. But many beautiful things happened in that time, and kind of leads us into today's lecture. So I had the idea of the lecture topic for yesterday because I'm always looking for inspiration, because I like to follow the energy of the inspiration versus, I have a series of set lectures this week, next week, the following week, 4 weeks out. I want to be inspired because energy is always changing, because people are always having different thoughts, and the world is changing rapidly. So if we can kind of catch that, if we can catch the vibe. And it's interesting, I've noticed over the past maybe 3 years of teaching that I'm lucky enough to teach something specific, and then I notice the other pranic healing masters are also teaching the same thing within that same time frame. So it's that we're all part of the same school, Grandmaster Choa Kuk-Sui's school, which is a certain lineage. And so I'm always trying to tap into that. So the lecture for today is connected to risk and regret. Risk and regret. And this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. I have a lot of life experience in this. To ask you guys the question, do you regret the actions that you've taken, or do you regret more of the actions you have not taken? Put that in the comment section so we can elaborate a little bit, expound on it, as it were. Do you regret the things that you did do, or do you have more regret of the things that you did not do? Not taken. Very good. Very good. What else? Did not do. Good. Excellent. I like how you guys are thinking. Okay. This is very, very accurate. So there is several studies done over a multi-year period, different parts of the world. I regret some things I was doing better at the time. Indiana says, I don't think about it. That's interesting that you said, I don't think about it. We'll cover that too. And they did these studies with people that were in hospice. Now, for those of you who do not know, hospice is people that are predicted to be leaving their bodies from a terminal disease within 2 weeks. In general, within 2 weeks. Now, some people died the day of being in hospice. Other people last for months in hospice and then actually leave hospice, right? They have a miraculous healing or their disease goes into remission. But they did a study on these people that were about to leave their bodies, no matter the age that these people were, young people who had a terminal disease or older people, elderly people that had a terminal disease. And they found out that most often the feeling that these people experienced was regret, and regret of the things that they did not do, among more than anything else. So if you look at your life from a teenager, 20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond, have you lived a life of regret? If you left your body today, would you go, you know what? I regretted all those things that I did? Or would you say, I regretted all the things I did not do? I've been lucky enough and put in the position enough times to go for what I want, even though many times it has not worked out. But I don't have a lot of regret of not doing that thing that I wanted to do. So something that I've always wanted to do was become a full-time energy healer. And it was something I strived for many, many times and failed many, many times. But through enough persistence and determination, I was able to accomplish that target many years ago. And I'm super grateful for it because it's made me a better person. It's made me the person that I am today. Now, if I said, you know what, there's too much fear around it, there's too much anxiety, there's too much uncertainty, then I would have never pursued it. And who knows where I would be at this point in my life. So I wanted to give you guys a few stories of people who confronted that choice. Do I go for the risk or do I play safe, as it were? And I was actually thinking about this as well. So when it's connected to finances, you have people that accumulate savings, right? They accumulate savings, they cut down on their expenses, and they have savings in the bank. Versus the person who accumulates their savings and says, I have this business venture that I want to risk my capital for the opportunity for growth. Now, the interesting thing is you can only save so much, right? You can only reduce your spending so much and put only so much into the bank, right? Because it's finite. But if you take the risk with your capital, putting it into an investment, putting it into a business, putting it into the stock market, real estate, another person's venture, the upside potential is limitless. So it's interesting that most millionaires have filed bankruptcy 3 times, and most of them have failed in 7 different businesses before making it happen. Interesting, right? So I was thinking about Jeffrey Combs, a personal mentor of mine over the years. And I was exposed to him during a real estate seminar. And he was a real estate investor, but he wasn't the one in the real estate seminar. He was kind of like a guest that was brought in. And there was something about his energy. There was something about the way he spoke that really inspired me deeply. And so I bought his audio programs. I bought a couple of his books. And I remember he was talking about marketing, and I was listening to one of his programs at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night in Orlando, Florida. And he was talking about marketing, and just the words that he was using inspired me so much that I took 1,000 flyers of the thing that I was doing, and I went around my neighborhood and put those flyers on everyone's car door or car window. And it took me maybe an hour and a half to do it. And I had, at that time, never felt more invigorated and alive. It was amazing. And I kept in touch with his material for several years after I left Orlando, when I went to New Jersey, when I started working on Wall Street. I had his little podcast. They weren't even podcasts at that time, but just MP3s of different recordings he did about mindset. And I would listen to his stuff all the time as I was going to work on the train, over and over and over again. And then many years later, when I ended up moving to Denver, and I was dating my partner at the time, something inspired me. I said, well, okay, we built this meditation group. People are coming. They're getting great information of Master Choa Kuk Sui's teachings. They're having beautiful experiences. But how else can I add value? And I thought to myself, aha, I could bring Jeffrey Combs out here. Now, you have to understand, Jeffrey Combs is a very to the point kind of person. And he gives you almost no space to stutter, mix up your words, make a mistake. He'll call you out on it immediately. He calls it a drunkalogue. So when people are drunk, what do they have a tendency to do? Ramble. They don't speak very clearly. They're all over the place, right? Because their mind isn't clear, therefore their speech isn't clear. There's a disconnect. So I knew if I was going to bring him out to Denver, to our group, I was going to have to be very clear and precise in the words that I use. And so I was terrified of calling him. Now you might say, why would you be terrified of a person who is in personal development? Right? Because he's a person that calls you out on your weaknesses like that. That's part of his ninja power and his skill set. So I got his number, which is plastered everywhere online, and he does that on purpose. And it goes right to his cell phone. So I called him up. My hands were shaking. I was sweating. And I said, okay, Jeffrey, I would like to invite you out to, and I had a list of all the things, line by line by line, reading it almost like on a card, so I wouldn't make any mistakes. And I said, what would it take to bring you out here? And he says, put 20 people in a room. I will fly out on my own dime. I will stay in the hotel at my cost, and that's it. And I was like, okay, what's a weekend that works for you? It was going to be on a Saturday. He would fly in Friday, do the talk on Saturday, and then fly out Saturday night. So we set up the date about 6 weeks out. And then I got off the phone with him and I was like super anxious. I was like, great, now I have to perform. The risk. I was like, okay, now I have to perform. What if it doesn't happen? What if we don't bring out 20 people? Right? We had almost that, maybe for the group, maybe 20 people for the group. But I was like, okay, we got to fill it up because we got to rent out the room and we got to charge people. It was $20 per person for an all-day event with a multimillionaire who is very good at what he did. Well, 5 weeks into it, we not only got the 20 people, but we got over 100 people at the event that many of them had to wait outside the room and just had to watch from that. They had to observe from a distance. He was able to give a talk on what he does. I was able to give a talk on pranic healing and expose new people who had never heard of pranic healing or Arhatic yoga or Master Choa's teachings. I ended up earning $3,000 from new clients that came in. He ended up earning tens of thousands of dollars of new clients that ended up working with him. And it was an extremely amazing success because I took the risk. Because in the back of my mind, I was like, well, I could call him or I couldn't call him. Because what if it doesn't work out? What if I look like an idiot? What if I waste his time? How did you, the marketing for the event? Every way. Marketed on Meetup, marketed on Facebook, marketed on phone calls, marketed on, almost lost the connection, marketed on every way that I could market it, talking to people directly at networking events. So I was promoting. So I was speaking all the time for 5 weeks to get those people in. And he was impressed, actually. And here's a guy who worked with high level people, and he was impressed that we were able to put 100 people in the room. It filled up the entire room and then some. And it was one of the highlights of my life because prior to that, I saw him very, very, very high above me, right? Multimillionaire. He's done over 60,000 one-on-ones, like coaching people one-on-one, over 60,000 of them over a 20-year career. And here I was sharing a stage with him. He would talk, then I would talk, then he would talk, and I would talk. And I was like, this has to be a dream. But it was because I was willing to take the risk. So I have no regret. Another example would be my ex-wife. She ended up working for a commercial real estate investor and broker in Sarasota, Florida. And one time she was just sitting at her desk and she was doing data entry. She was actually very good at what she did. It was one of her ninja powers. And she's typing away at the computer and her boss comes in and he puts something in front of her. He lays it down right on where she's typing. And she looks down and she goes, "Oh, okay." And he goes, "That's 18 months worth of work." And it was a check for $420,000 for 18 months worth of work. And he goes, "That's one check of many." And he says, "If you don't get out of your comfort zone, you won't be making those kinds of checks." And he paid her well. He paid her a high hourly rate for what she did because it added a lot of value to his company. But he was trying to illustrate the point that, yes, it took 18 months of effort of getting no pay, right? He wasn't making a dime for 18 months of effort, of research, of calls, of all kinds of work in the commercial real estate world. But it paid off to be $420,000. And he had many other checks that came in during that time period. So getting out of your comfort zone. Another example of somebody very close to me was given the opportunity for a job that would more than double her income. And it will also heal her relationship with her family. And she was terrified of doing it because it brought up a lot of pains, traumas, fears, uncertainties. But through the inspiration and gentle nudge of one of the master pranic healers, do this, go and heal the relationship with your family. And while it was one of the most difficult things she's ever done, and while it caused her a tremendous amount of pain, and while there were basically every week she wanted to quit and give up and run for the hills and go back to where it was safe and comfortable, she stuck it out. She got the job. She's healing the relationship with her family. And she has finally stability in her life that she has not had for several years, at least 4 years. But what if she didn't go? What if she didn't take the risk? What would happen? Nothing. Things would just stay the same. So we have a tendency to do the what if scenario of, we look in our past and we go, well, what if I didn't do that? Or what if I did that? What if I didn't marry that person? What if I did marry that person? The what ifs, whether they're good or bad, we need to erase them from our memory because there's nothing we can do about it. And what I learned from Jeffrey Combs is the what if scenario of what if it works out going into the future, right? So when we have fear that something's not going to work out, we say, what if it fails? What if I look like an idiot? What if I lose everything? What if, and it's the negative. His viewpoint is, what if it succeeds? I had no idea the success that I was going to have working with him almost 10 years ago, right? What if, because I was like, what if we don't get the 20 people in the room and he comes out and I look like a complete idiot? But I was like, I'm willing to look like a complete idiot. I just was. You guys know I look like an idiot all the time, right? I was willing to do it. And that changed the course of my life. changed the course of my healing practice. Another example, we have our favorite boy, Elon Musk, right? The multi-billionaire is now the wealthiest person on the planet. He wasn't the wealthiest person on the planet a while ago, but him and his brother co-founded PayPal, and he sold his interest in PayPal, and he was worth about $100 million at the time. And he said, okay, well, I want to start a car company, and I want to go up against the biggest names in the entire world and compete with them directly. And he said, okay, I'm willing to invest every single nickel of my $100 million into this venture that may or may not fail. Has Tesla worked out? Yes. He's willing to do it with solar energy. Has that worked out? Yes. And then when he was building both companies simultaneously, and he had a certain amount of money. And he goes, what do I do with this money? Do I slow the growth? Do I back off both companies? What do I do? Do I let one company die? And he said, no, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to, again, invest all of my money to take both of these companies to the next level. And it's worked. It's definitely worked out with Tesla, with Solar City, and with X company, the spaceship company, the rocket company. So he's an example of somebody who has always been ready, willing, and able to take the risk and look at how it's benefited humanity because of it. Now, I have a friend who took an interesting risk. Some of you may be familiar with the ayahuasca ritual, right? Typically, it's done in South America. It's done under the guidance of a shaman. And in general, you have a purification practice, purifying your physical, emotional, mental bodies. Then you take this herb or plant, and then it's an 8-hour process. And the goal is to achieve higher states of consciousness. The goal is to get some answers into your life. Now, in the world of pranic healing or Arhatic yoga, it is strongly encouraged for you not to use hallucinogens because of what it does to your chakra webbing. We spend so much time purifying our bodies, cleaning our bodies, repairing our bodies to enable us to access higher energies, higher wisdom. So if we take a substance, whether man-made or nature-made, it can have a negative effect on us. And, we say you hear the argument of, well, it's from the earth, right? Well, so isn't poison, right? Poison grows in the wild too. Would you say, well, I can take that? No, because it would kill you. So just because something is made by nature doesn't mean it's the right thing for you to take. So a friend of mine who's a pranic healing instructor and a high-level Arhatic yoga practitioner he had this very strong desire to take this plant, even though it was advised against. So he was like, well, I could take the risk. What are the possible risk of taking this herb at my level of practice? And he thought about it and he thought about it and thought about it. And after about 1.5 years, he finally said, I'm going to do it. And he did it. He did all the preparatory work. He found the qualified person. He did the 8 hours of practice. And what he saw and what he experienced answered a lot of his questions. And I asked him afterwards, I said, are you glad you did it? He says, absolutely. And I said, would you do it again? He said, absolutely not. Interesting. Interesting, right? He was glad that he did it, but he would never do it again. And he says it took him a couple months to recalibrate his energy after that substance. So what is the point with all these different stories? It's if you want to go to the next level in your life, you have to take a calculated risk, or you just stay in your comfort zone and you get no new feedback, no new understanding, no new experiences, and your progress is very, very slow. And in Experiencing Being, one of Grandmaster Choa Kuksui's books, he says, in a crisis, be calm, do not freak out, think, what is the worst thing that can happen? If the possible consequence is of minimal significance, then have a cup of coffee and enjoy life. Another one is do not be paralyzed because of risk or because of fear. Can you do something about risk? Take action. That's always his number one thing is take action. And that's why Master Ko is very much about taking action to overcome fear. If I thought over and over and over again about what might happen on my phone call with Jeffrey Combs, guess what? I most likely wouldn't have taken action. But when you just pick up the phone, call the number, and you're like, well, I'm in it now, then you take the necessary action. And there's a big, big difference between taking action for unwholesome reasons and wholesome reasons, or taking risk, right? You can say, okay, I'm going to have sex with this person without a condom. That's a risk, but that's not a wholesome risk, right? It's not an intelligent risk. But if you say, I want to go back to school because I want to advance my career, or I want to change my career, well, that would be wholesome. I want to start a business and create a product or service that adds value into the marketplace, right? But I don't know if I have the intelligence. I don't know if I have the contacts. I don't know if I have the resources. But the risk is wholesome in nature. Does that make sense? So if the risk is wholesome and it's right, why not do it? Why not do it? We talked about this in one of the previous recordings. In the process of materialization, the sticking point for most of the world is in the solar plexus. That's what prevents us from taking the calculated risk towards something that is wholesome. It's the solar plexus, which is interesting because the solar plexus is connected to the me, myself, and I self-esteem, right? So if you have low self-esteem and low self-worth, even though the thing that you're pursuing is wholesome, it can benefit other people and benefit yourself, you don't feel good enough or capable enough to make it happen. So you don't take the risk. But then at the end of your life, you go, well, I have lots and lots of regret of the things I did not do. I've done a lot of things in my life, a lot of very stupid things in my life, but I don't have a lot of regret in the sense of, I wish I would have done that, because I've done a lot of the things that I wanted to do. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to make it happen. I don't know how, I'll figure it out. But the impetus to go and make it happen was always there. Now, I have to continue stretching, because as you grow and evolve, your baseline changes. So your comfort zone is elevated, but then you're in that comfort zone and you're not progressing, right? So it's interesting when people are in a position when their back is against the wall, they take action. But when you're comfortable in life, you have the choice of not doing, of not risking, of not going out there. That's why people that Anthony Robbins is a big proponent, and he says one of the most important things is to stay hungry. His level of success, he could have retired 20 years ago, but he's still stretching. He's still going to the next level, right? And look at what he's been able to accomplish with the feeding programs, the different charity work that he's been doing over the past couple decades. So if you're not taking action, it could be one, there's fear and it's not justifiable fear, or B, it's you're too comfortable. You're too comfortable. We have comments. Make sure I didn't miss anything. The question is, how do we get the inspiration for that thing that we want to do? That's actually a very good question. So you want to do something. Where do you get the inspiration from? Taking action. Because as you take action, you get feedback. As you take action, you get feedback, which is a positive feedback loop. You have a tiny seed of inspiration to do something, to go back to school, to start a business, to start a weight loss program. You have this tiny seed of inspiration within you. What feeds that seed is taking action. So the funny thing is, in the process of materialization, doing the physical thing is the easiest. Overcoming the emotional resistance is the most difficult, right? Is the most difficult, because the solar plexus is connected to commitment. So when you commit that I'm going to make this phone call, I'm going to start this exercise program, I'm going to start this new business, I'm going to leave this unhealthy relationship, right? It's the solar plexus that is engaging. And then the physical manifestation of it is easy. Doing the physical work is easy. How difficult is it to, Warren Buffett, 800, da, 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 right? How hard is that physically? Not hard at all. Super easy, right? It's the emotional component that prevents people from materializing. I meant the inspiration of what to do. What is the right thing to do? What is the right thing to do? So the question is, you have two paths. You're where you are right now, and you have two paths. You have path A and path B. And you go, well, is path A the right path, or is path B the right path? My inclination, from what my life experience and working with people for many years, is the person intuitively knows. And where the resistance is, which we talked about yesterday, where the resistance is, that's where the opportunity for growth is. So for instance, if I went up to you and I said, do you want to start $100 million business? You'd be like, not really. Right? Because it's not within you. And it's not a function of like so much resistance. You're like, no, I really don't have an inclination to start $100 million business. But if I said to you, do you want to go, what's your dream vacation? And you would say, well, my dream vacation, this is a big one. I've worked with people for years. My dream vacation is to do an Alaska cruise. Okay. What comes up for you? It's like, I don't know if I have the money. And all of these things start coming up for the person. That is something I would say, look into. That would be a great experience for you. So where there's resistance, there's darkness, and your job is to introduce the light. So I had lots of resistance making the phone call with Jeffrey Combs, lots of resistance, but in my heart of hearts, intuitively, I knew it was the right thing to do. I just knew it was the right thing to do. I knew it was a wholesome thing to take a risk on. Okay. So again, the solar plexus is super important. When your solar plexus is very clean and very healthy, you have the courage to take the risk. Again, when the solar plexus is very clean and very healthy, you have the courage to take the risk. Very, very important. Courage is super, super important in succeeding in any area of your life. Also, you need constancy to make things happen. And without courage, you don't have constancy. Right? So I had one level of courage of calling up Jeffrey Combs, scheduling the event, and then guess what I had to keep doing? I had to keep promoting the event. It wasn't a one-time thing of like, hey, I'm doing this phone call. Can you come out? Put 20 people in the room? Got it. And then I hung up the phone. I was like, woo, all right, that's cool. All done. Right? So I had to keep showing up. I had to keep practicing courage. I had to keep promoting the event. I had to keep putting myself out there, constantly being uncomfortable, constantly being looked at as like a crazy guy of like, why does this guy keep promoting this event? right? So I had to have courage over and over and over again. All the people that I just listed, courage. They had to have courage. Okay. So that's our lecture for today is again risk and regret. You're going to approach the end of your life and you want to minimize as much as possible regret of the things that you wish you would have done. So look at your life, examine your life, go, okay, in my health, what am I not, where can I have regret? It's actually interesting. I watched a YouTube video of a guy a couple days ago who is 42 now, and he says, things I wish I knew in my 20s. Things I wish I knew in my 20s. And the thing that he said was he had regret that he didn't take care of his body. He spent too much time drinking, drugging, partying, not getting enough sleep, and he regrets that he didn't take care of his physical body, right? So you can look at your physical health, your emotional health, your relationships, your mental development, your career development, your financial development. You can look at all the different areas of your life and say, okay, where do I need to have courage? Where do I need to have constancy to move forward in that direction? To basically get out of your comfort zone. Very important. I cannot emphasize this enough. I'll look back at my life and go, okay, I could have risked a little bit more here, here, and here. But in general, at this point right now, I'm like, okay, I risked. I got feedback. I made mistakes. But yeah, I don't have those viewpoints when choosing between two paths. Oh, there was more to that question. I feel awareness with right viewpoint is very important when choosing instinctively. Yes. So he's asking the question of, well, you have two paths. What about accuracy? That's why accurate perception and correct expression is such a difficult virtue to develop because it takes time. It takes being honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself and you're not, you know what I talked about, the intuition, you either see something intuitively, you know something intuitively, or you feel something intuitively. If you're not being honest about that, the intuition is irrelevant. People don't get that. We are constantly, never endingly getting nudges of what to do and what not to do. But we lie to ourselves so we don't take action, so we don't move forward. I'll give you an example. Somebody I knew very close to me um, was looking for her soulmate, looking for the love of her life, right? And so she told me that she started seeing this guy. They're very compatible. Sex was great. Conversations were great. All of these things were great, right? So she's convincing who? Me or her? She's convincing herself. Exactly. And so I asked her a very simple question. I said, be aware of your heart. And is this the person you're meant to spend the rest of your life with? And she said, no, like that. Because she was finally ready, willing, and able to be honest with herself. Because the whole other times that she was talking to me, I knew she was lying to herself. But you can't, when you tell somebody that they're lying to themselves, what do they have a tendency to do? Contract and defend, right? No, that's not true. No, I love that person. But in that moment of her tapping into her intuition, she was honest with herself and she goes, no. Right? Because we say in pranic healing, the answer is in the heart. So when you're focusing on the heart, it will become clearer to you. So you have path A and path B. Okay, if I take, is path A the right path? Be aware of the heart. It seems kind of numb. Is path B the right path? Huh, I really feel it there. How should one prioritize feeling over? So again, you can see the complexity of the question. One, you have mental understanding, and the other one is you have intuitive understanding. Intuitive is always faster, always. It's almost instantaneous. So there's an old saying in sales that we buy based on emotion and then we justify with logic. So we buy something based on how it makes us feel, and then we use our rational mind, right? So I'm saying doing it from a higher level of intuition. You have path A, path B, path C. Which one is the one that you want to go to? Don't rationalize it. Just go, which is the path? Which is the right path? And the answer will come like that. Okay. So I would like to hear from life experience about regrets. Ooh, this will help. I'll end with this, right? I'll end with this because we're running over in our lecture. One of the master pranic healers said the 3 ways that we can get an answer to something. We have what does the mind say, right? So you look at the pros and cons of taking that option or not taking that option, which is a very long process. You have what does the heart say, right? So what does the mind say? What does the heart say? So you be aware, if I took this path, is this the right path? Yes or no? No. Okay. Is this the right path? Yes or no? No. Is this the right path? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So that's what the heart says. And then what does the energy say? So in pranic healing, we have scanning. We can scan things. So when you take the culmination of those 3 things, what does the heart say? What does the mind say? And what does the energy say? It gives us the closest we can get to having an answer. The thing is, most people want all the lights to be green before making a decision. That's the problem. That's the problem. All the lights will never be green. You're going to have red lights, yellow lights, detours, construction, accidents, right? That's why you do the best that you can, right? You do the best that you can. So I was willing to take a risk with Jeffrey Combs, and he was willing to take a risk with me. He even told me when we were on the phone together that there were 2 Latin women that called him up and said, hey, we can put a room together. We can make it happen, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? No one showed up. So he spent money on a plane ticket, money in a hotel room, and no one was there. So he took a risk. Does that mean he doesn't take any more risks? Does that mean he never trusts in the process? He never trusts in other people? No. You win some, you lose some. On one level, so Adriana said, well, you had nothing to lose with Jeffrey Combs. Yeah, but all the things I had built up in my mind, possibilities, probabilities, self-worth, all these internal things were tied to that phone call. So I could have lost a lot, because let's say I made the phone call and it didn't work out. And then I said, well, then forget it. I'm never going to reach out to another successful person again. Think about that. So I did have a lot to lose internally, which is always an internal game. So anyways, that's my encouragement to each and every one of you listening is look at the risk, calculate the risk, and then take action to overcome fear. The road not taken is not the one. My heart follow the right path. Oops. The one I chose to take intuitively. There you go. Yeah. So focus on not having regrets. You are going to have regrets of the things that you did and didn't do. But as we talked about earlier, most of your regrets are going to be the things that you did not do. So reduce that. Take more steps in the direction of where you want to go. Cool? Fair? Excellent. Okay, let us do our exercises. Let me pause this. 2 songs, right? Whoa, that was a long lecture. Holy moly.
aquellos amores que fueron obligados a ser separados. Esta canción es para ti. Dime cómo le explico a mi destino que ya no estás ahí. Dime cómo guardé para desprenderme de este frenesí. Esta locura que siento por ti, con esta química que haces en mí. Y ya no puedo ver, ya no puedo ver. Nena, discúlpame si te ilusioné, yo no lo quise hacer. Sé que en el amor cuando es real se vuelve. Pero cómo olvidar tu piel y cómo olvidarte mujer. Ya no puedo ver, ya no puedo ver. Baby no, baby no. Me rehuso a darte un último beso, así que guárdalo, guárdalo. Para que la próxima vez te lo dé haciéndolo, haciéndolo, haciéndotelo así, así, así. Así como te gusta, baby. Sin mirar atrás, sin buscar a nadie más, solo quiero estar contigo. Si no te tengo aquí conmigo, yo no quiero ser tu amigo porque tú eres mi camino. Y yo solo quiero estar junto a ti, nena, por favor entiéndelo. Solo dame tu mano y confía en mí, si te pierdes solo sigue en mi voz. Y dale tiempo, tiempo, mami al tiempo. Que tú, que yo, pues estamos hechos para estar los dos. Y dale tiempo, baby al tiempo. Que tú y yo, estamos hechos para estar los dos. Baby no, me rehuso a darte un último beso, así que guárdalo, guárdalo. Para que la próxima vez te lo dé haciéndolo, haciéndotelo así, así, así. Así como te gusta, baby. Baby no, me rehuso a darte un último beso, así que guárdalo, guárdalo. Para que la próxima vez te lo dé haciéndolo, haciéndotelo así, así, así. Así como te gusta, baby. Así, así, así como te gusta, baby. Baby, no, me rehuso a darte un último beso, así que guárdalo, guárdalo. Para que la próxima vez te lo dé haciéndolo, haciéndotelo así, así, así. Así como te gusta, baby. Y baby, no, me rehuso a darte un último beso, así que guárdalo, guárdalo. Para que la próxima vez te lo dé haciéndolo. Haciéndotelo así, así como te gusta, baby.
Keep going.
Usually I'm such a bitch, but when I'm with you I just feel the opposite. Never had much innocence, something about you makes me wanna grow my wings. Ask me now, 'cause I know that deep inside you're curious. Strip me down, let me show you what I do for love. I want your personal, personal. I want that personal with you. I want your personal, personal. I want that personal with you. I want that. I want that. Usually I'm high as fuck, but when I'm with you, I don't even know what you're. Save me from a world of fakes. Let them have the ocean, we'll create a lake. Ask me now, 'cause I know that deep inside you're curious. Yeah, strip me
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. I just realized I am 22 hours into a 24-hour fast. This has gotten, yeah. I've been averaging 19 hours the past 5 days, 6 days. It's amazing. Who knew how little I needed to eat? Water with electrolytes, and then coffee in the morning because that's okay. I did the research. Coffee's fine, tea's fine, water's fine. But yeah, it's amazing. And then the goal probably within the next month or so is going to be doing. It's going to be doing. It is recording, yeah. Okay. Is to be doing 3-day fasts. Not there yet. I'm building my body and my tolerance and everything up to that point. But this has been one of the easiest things I've ever done. Probably because I'm not super attached to food. Doesn't coffee affect the adrenals? It does, but what it's more important is the insulin, and it doesn't affect insulin. That's what the whole point is. The adrenals will get healed in the process, but it's more so keeping your insulin levels low. So coffee doesn't spike insulin. Obviously, water doesn't. Tea doesn't. Caffeine doesn't spike insulin. So pulling from the reserves of the fat of the fat in the liver, extracting that out and using that as an energy source, which caffeine actually helps with. Who knew? Okay, shall we sit comfortably? We'll do our breathing, 6-3-6-3 breathing. I'll count for the group. It's in the nose and out the nose, smooth, rhythmic, and quiet. For the first breath, let's exhale out through the mouth. In the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold out the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Breathe normally. Be aware of the stillness, the inner peace. Be aware of the stillness and the inner peace. Be aware of your crown. Mentally follow me with awareness. I am the soul affirmation by Grandmaster Cho Kuksui. I am the soul. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am not the mind. The mind is just a subtle instrument of the soul. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected to God. I am one with God. I am one with all. This is the truth, regardless of the brain's capacity to experience the truth. I am the soul. We are one. We are one. We are one. Separation is an illusion. There is only oneness. Oneness with God. Oneness with all. We are one. Be still, be aware. Maintain your sense of stillness and awareness. Raise your hands in blessing. Be aware of the heart, the hands, and the earth. Smile. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Bless the entire earth, every person, every being with peace. Lots and lots of peace. With love and tenderness. With pardon and forgiveness. I forgive and I ask for forgiveness. So be it. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is doubt, faith. People who are going through difficult times in their lives. Financial challenges, health challenges, relationship challenges, psychological challenges, spiritual challenges. See each and every one of these people being blessed with hope and faith. See them overcoming, learning their lesson, moving forward, taking the risk of becoming a better person. So be it. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Shower the entire earth with light and joy. See the planet becoming illuminated, super, super bright, with lots of joy, lots and lots of joy. People smiling, embracing one another, caring for one another, celebrating each other's successes. The entire earth is filled with joy. So much joy. Beware the crown, beware the hands, beware the planet. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, and to be loved as to love. See yourself consoling others in their time of need, understanding others who are unwilling to understand you, loving others who don't know how to love. So be it. Be aware of your heart and your crown together. Be aware of your hands. Be aware of the earth. Be aware of golden energies flowing through you, going to the earth and all sentient beings, all kingdoms of the planet Earth. For as in the giving that we receive, it is in the pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in the dying that we are born to eternal life. Observe the beautiful energies that you're implanting into the planet, the virtues, goodness, wholesomeness. These energies are simultaneously dissolving the old and renewing the new. Amen. Saint Francis of Assisi. Gently lower your hands in your lap, palms facing up. With your gentle awareness, imagine a beautiful golden flame in the center of your head. A beautiful golden flame in the center of your head. I will chant the mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. As you hear the mantra, allow your consciousness to dissolve into oneness. Oneness with God, oneness with all. Just let go. Beware the flame. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let go. Maintain your stillness. Maintain your sense of oneness. We'll do healing. Slowly and gently come back. Slowly and gently come back to your body. Move your hands, your fingers, your feet, your toes, especially your feet and your toes. Come back. Raise your hands in blessing. Let's release the excess energies. Imagine the earth in front of you. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Cho Koksui, let the entire earth, every person, every being be blessed with divine light, divine love, divine power, the soothing, healing energies. May every person, every being be blessed with material and financial abundance, prosperity, and great, great success. Blessings be to all, healings be to all. So be it. So be it. So it is. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Choa Koksui, let Pranic healing, Arhatic yoga, Twin Hearts meditation, and higher teachings spread properly, rapidly, enthusiastically throughout the entire planet to alleviate the suffering of mankind. Let all the books, courses, CDs, and instructors in whatever form be blessed. So be it. So be it. So it is. Let's imagine each day of the week in front of us to bless. With the blessings of God and Grandmaster Choa Koksui, let this coming Monday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. With emotional calmness and stability, let Monday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Tuesday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, physical strength and vitality. Let Tuesday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Wednesday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with the proper and effective communication among all people. Let Wednesday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Thursday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, with prosperity, abundance, and great, great success. Let Thursday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Friday be blessed with divine light, love, and power, happiness and joy of a successful week. Let Friday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Saturday be blessed with divine light, love, and power. Let us properly and rapidly learn our spiritual material lessons. Let Saturday be blessed. So be it. Let this coming Sunday be blessed with divine light, divine love, divine power, and successful following week. Let Sunday be blessed. See the entire upcoming week being flooded and filled with gold. Lots and lots and lots of gold. All the environments are gold. Home, work, errands, gold. All the people you interact with are flooded with gold. You yourself are flooded with gold. May you be inspired to do the right thing. May you maintain your connection to your higher self throughout this upcoming week. So be it. So be it. So it is. Thank you. See your friends and family members in front of you and just shower them with lots and lots of sweetness and joy and happiness and fulfillment and progress. See them smiling. Each and every one of the people in your family portrait smiling, happy, fulfilled, recognizing they are the soul. So be it. Place your hands down towards the ground. Be aware of the base of your spine and the soles of your feet. Golden roots, 10 feet, 10 feet deep going into the earth. Let Mother Earth be blessed. Let Mother Earth be rejuvenated, regenerated, revitalized now. So be it. Mentally affirm my system is rooted and connected to Mother Earth. My system is grounded, it is stable, it is practical. Let Mother Earth be blessed with good air, good water, good earth, good people. Feel yourself rooted into the earth. Solid, stable, now, now, now. So be it, so be it, so it is. Place your hands on your heart. Be aware of your heart and your crown together. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, respected and beloved teacher, Grandmaster Cho Koksui, Lord Mahaguru Jame, to Lord Buddha Kuan Yin, to Lord Ganesh, to Mother Lakshmi, to Holy Master Count Saint Germain, to all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, healing ministers, to the angels of this practice and of this hour, to our divine selves or higher souls, we thank you all for your priceless blessings. Thank you for helping us transform. Thank you for helping us move forward to greater oneness with God and oneness with all. We thank you. With gratitude, respect, and love, so be it. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. How was your experience? You're welcome, Prashant. Good to have you on. The experience was very blissful. Oh, good. I like hearing that on your end. I feel like Indiana is translating a Spanish text or Greek or something. It's like, okay, how do I put that word in English? You're so cute. Adrian's not back yet. Well, then who just sent that text? Elif says, thank you. I felt and see the healing energy taking away the not so good energy. Awesome. Good, good, good. That's what we do in pranic healing, right? Remove the old, bring in the new. Okay. Anyone else? Anything else? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Sure can.
Okay. There was so much gold. It was amazing. All over, the Middle East and Africa and India. I saw that part most of all for some reason. But the energy was incredible, Christian. I had chills. I had chills during the blessings.
What's the temperature there?
No, it's very. I had to put the heat up here because it was, it was so it's hot. It's 71 in the room,
Oh, wow.
so I shouldn't have chills, but it was beautiful.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Of course, God teaches.
I was way out there. It was beautiful.
Yeah, you guys were gone pretty much after the mantra.
Yeah.
It was good. Very good. Excellent. Adriana says she saw a lot of pink gold. I was somewhere else during the healing, didn't want to come back. Yeah. Different places. Interesting. Good. Good, good, good. Okay. You know the drill. We're going to do 2 songs. You have 10 minutes. If you know Tibetans, right? Because Sundays, minimum, do Tibetans. So move your body, right? Jumping jacks, twisty turnies, and then do 7 repetitions of the Tibetans. If you don't know the Tibetans, just do lots of exercise and movement. Okay. So we'll pause this for the group, but they know the drill. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully your exercises in Tibetans were grounding. And that's it. That's our practice for Sunday. As we say, use the energies properly and wisely, which kind of are one and the same. And again, from the lecture, reflect on taking action, overcoming fear, getting out of your comfort zone, doing things that you are inspired to do, even if it's a teeny tiny baby seed of inspiration, because that's pointing you to something. So I encourage you to act on that. You're welcome, Indiana. You're welcome, Adriana. Welcome, everyone. And we'll see you guys on Thursday. We're trying to get Adriana to join a Thursday, but she's being a big baby about it. She's like, it's too late. It's too late. I don't need answers that bad. So, oops. I had the microphone turned around. And that's it. So lots of love to each and every one of you. Not Wednesday. Wait, what's Wednesday? What's Wednesday? Oh, that's right. So we're doing our creative visualization that Alif will not let go. She's like a pit bull, a hungry pit bull that's been fasting for 20 hours on a bone. We will have that recording available on Wednesday. Yes. When on Wednesday? I don't know yet, but we'll have it available on Wednesday. Oh, Indiana, so clever with your questions. Knew that was coming. So we'll have it for you guys on Wednesday. And I look forward to the feedback on that. That'll be something brand new that I've never done before. Again, risking, right? Because I want to be an example, not a perfect example, but an example of somebody who practices what they preach. Okay. Lots of love to you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.